Alright, Call of Duty Black Ops 7. I've played a lot of this beta. I think I reached the 1,000 kills calling card challenge in like 3 hours, 4 hours. But that was cool. I also played the zombies mode. That was a lot of fun. I'm not a huge zombies player. I used to be back in the day. But that was great fun trying to get to around 50. So we got that calling card as well. So I've now unlocked everything there is to unlock. So I think it's fair to say I've played my fair share of this beta. Streamed it live on Twitch and a lot of people had very similar views to me. I think I could be a good voice of the people. So we're going to get into some games. I'm just going to talk through what I thought, what I liked, what I didn't like. We've got Cortex or Imprint as the first map. Everyone's voting Cortex. I think Imprint is one of the worst maps on this game, and Cortex is probably one of the best maps on this game. Imprint I'm definitely not a fan of. Something about it just doesn't play well. But that being said, all of the other maps, they really do feel like there's a really good flow to them. It makes sense which lane you should take, and there's always a way to counter the people that are sort of head glitching at the back, but also there's opportunity to hold yourself at the back if that's the kind of play style that you're into. Map design as a whole is great, I think, in my opinion. Having played for as long as I have, I've worked out what perks I need and things, so I can wall jump and aim down sight without canting my gun. But personally, I don't think you should need... Oh my god! They put a new mechanic in the game and they punish you for using it. If I was to choose this class, for example, you have to cant your gun because I don't have the right perks on. Also with sliding as well. You shouldn't be punished for using the movement that has been put in the game for you to use, in my opinion. And I think that's my major gripe is you get punished for using the things that should be at your disposal. Throwing grenades and things takes forever. Putting down your assault pack takes forever. Reloading takes forever. Like, I've had to kit out my class just so that I can reload quickly, swap weapons quickly, jump off a wall and aim down sight. Like, these are all things that you should just be allowed to do, and you're not allowed to do it unless you know which perks to put on. And then that means you can't use other perks that might be helpful as well. I think they need to do away with all of these movement and speed up perks and things and just make that the base game, and it will feel a lot smoother. The wall jumping is so fun. I love that you can bounce off multiple walls at a time. You can absolutely lose people's aim. It makes it feel like there's a bit of a skill gap in the game, which is terrific. There needs to be that. We can't have like casuals doing just as well as people that put all their time into this game. There has to be a reason for playing and wanting to get better, etc. You know, with all these complaints, I will say I've had such a fun time playing this game. The guns all feel really nice. There's like a Black Ops 3, Black Ops 2 vibe to the gunplay. I like that there's next to no visual recoil. It is just gun recoil. It just gives more guns that accessibility. Obviously, there's going to be guns that are better than others. Like the M15 mod, I think most people are using now. By the end of the beta, everyone's using it because it's just the best all-rounder. But with that being said, I've used most of the weapons in this beta that we have available, and they're all good in their own right. I think it's because there's no or very little weapon sway and weapon bounce when you're shooting. It just feels nice to play the game, which is something that funnily enough, we've not had in quite a few CODs recently. This definitely feels like what Black Ops 6 should have been, in the same way that Modern Warfare 3 felt like what Modern Warfare 2 should have been. I don't know what decisions are being made at the top, but if it carries on going the way it is right now, it's a good thing. All I'm going to say is Modern Warfare 4 has a lot to live up to now, because this has been a very solid multiplayer. A big W is the introduction of open mosh pit. Lowered SBMM lobbies. This is something the Call of Duty community has been crying out for maybe 6 years at this point. Put it back to how it was. Just randomly fill the lobbies. I still feel like there is some SBMM in this game. It definitely feels like if I have a bad game, I am more likely to get a better game the next time round, but it's nowhere near the level that we've been used to in the last few CODs. Great addition. Keep this playlist in. Remove SBMM. Make this the only playlist, actually. We don't need the highly cranked SBMM that we've had the last few years. It's made things like camo grinding miserable. It's made playing with friends that don't play as often miserable. I just end up solo playing multiplayer now because all of my friends are either higher skilled or lower skilled, and we just don't get lobbies that suit all of us, which you're never going to get. But with the random feel, you might get a lobby full of sweats, and then the next game, you get a lobby full of bots, and then you have fun, and it keeps you playing. I know a lot of SBMM was designed to keep player retention, but I think if you just build a good game, the players will play it. You don't need to manipulate their retention. Okay, look at this reload speed. That's with a fast mag and fast hands. You wouldn't have thought it is. You'd have thought that was a standard reload. But no, that's fast mag and fast hands. That is the quickest I can possibly make this reload. Someone's got the grave maker. I heard the... Yeah, I'm going to die. Watch me get banged through a wall here. He missed. Oh my god, I got him. That guy doesn't know how to use it, clearly. I will say the score streaks are so fun in this game. We had a few times yesterday on stream where we got the Rhino, and that was so much fun. You felt scary as well, the way you were walking around bigger than everyone, but you could still fit through all the doors and everything and just charge up to people. It was great. They've done a really good job with the score streaks, but they're also quite hard to earn, which is a good thing. You need to have the minerals to get them, so they should be rewarding. They should be good. Another thing I'll say is the mantling. This is very slow. If you want to jump off the wall, and sometimes it makes you mantle, you've got no hope. If someone's shooting at you, you know, to jump off the wall, you have to like look away from the ledge, and even then it doesn't always work. There you go, look. Did it there, and then didn't do it there. If you're going to be forced to mantle on the top of things rather than jump, it needs to be quicker. I don't know quite how you would fix that, because mantle does need to be in the game to get over ledges. But it does feel like there's a lot of instances where you're mantling by accident and it just ruins the flow of the game yet again. I think that this game could flow so nicely if they tweak things, make things a bit quicker and a bit more streamlined. And I think this game could be so satisfying to play. But like, look at the colors, man. Look at the colors of the map. This is such a vibrant game. It's nice to play. It doesn't feel miserable. It's such a nice game to play. Like, aesthetically. Player of the game, come on. See, I was just waffling and we managed to get player of the game. Like, this reduced SBMM mode, it's so nice. You get such a mix of players. It's not constantly feels like you're playing for money in a tournament. I really do love it. Another addition that I think is a really good change is overclocking your streaks and your equipment. It gives you just that extra level of customization that is just so fun. It feels like you can build things even more to your own personal preference, which is such a great addition to the game. I love it. I've been seeing a lot of hate on Twitter for this game, but I really do think it's forced. I think this game is a solid 7 out of 10, but very strong 7. It's close to 8. And I think if they change all these little movement things and just make the game a little bit more fluid, this could be such a good game. This is one of the other maps I just feel like it doesn't quite feel right. Something about it, it's just... I'm hitting clips. Something about it just doesn't play that well. It feels like people are too bunched together. I selected a sniper class because I was about to moan about how the sniping feels, but I've been hitting every shot I've taken. First of all, I have all the ADS attachments I could possibly put on, and it still aims in this slowly. This thing should be snapping with all the attachments I've put on it. I know Treyarch always make snipers a little bit harder to use than Infinity Ward does, but it does feel like they could be a little better. As someone that grew up with trick shots on YouTube, watching that over and over, compilations of people hitting shots, I really feel like a little bit more love to these snipers would go a long way. No way, that's a hit marker. What the hell? Ooh! God damn. No way that missed. I need to slow that down. We need to slow that down and have another look. Because it feels like sometimes I am on target, but it doesn't hit. And I don't understand what's going on with that. Whether it's movement sway or idle sway, something about it just doesn't add up. We've had a few examples recently where my bullet's been on them and it just hasn't counted. Sniping is very satisfying when you hit your shots. It can be quite hard to get the shot away like that. I've died quicker than I can aim down sight. Kind of crazy. You know, they want to build versatility into this game. Allow for different playstyles, etc. But where's the love for the quickscopers, man? Also, I have quite a few examples. Treyarch, if you are watching, I would love for you to take a look at. I've hit quite a few wall bangs, and every single time they have been hit markers, despite the fact that I have FMJ on, which is supposedly giving you a lot of bullet penetration. I don't think it's doing its job properly. Ooh, Toshin. New map. I've not played this one yet. That's exciting. I think it came out yesterday, but I didn't play the game yesterday. So I'm excited to give this one a go. I saw it played at COD Next. Looked so colourful. Looked great. Let's give it a go. Let's see how we do. It's put me partway through a game. Hopefully we're not getting railed. Yeah, this map is gorgeous, man. So many bright colors. I'm glad not every map is this bright because it would fatigue your eyes a bit, but this is lovely. I'm really liking the aesthetic of this map. I think the time to kill could do with being a little bit slower. It's almost at a really nice point, but it's not quite there yet. Sometimes it feels like you've been sniped and you've actually been shot by a machine gun. It's crazy. Look at that. I've died before I can even aim down sight. I can't even look at the guy. It's crazy quick sometimes. Then other times you do feel like you get away just about. It's so close to being right. See how slow this aim down sight is? That's criminal for a fully ADS pimped out gun. Treyarch, please give some love to the snipers, man. Overall, like I said, I think this game is a 7 out of 10, but it's very close to being an 8 out of 10 in the way that it is already. If they tweaked some of the things that I've discussed today, I genuinely think this could be like a 9 out of 10 game. It's super fun to play, and it just needs to be a bit more fluid, and I think it would be amazing. With that being said, I had really high hopes for Black Ops 6 with that beta. Really enjoyed the Black Ops 6 beta. Hated Black Ops 6 as a game when it came out. So I'm really hoping the same thing doesn't happen here. It feels like the devs are listening to us based off of what I've seen on Twitter. And I just hope that trend continues throughout the life cycle of the game, because I think we're onto a winner here. If you made it to the end of the video, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what your thoughts are on the beta. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? And if you haven't already, make sure you drop a sub, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.